Good evening, everyone. That was a little moment of silence for John. I want to give my little John Lennon tribute today. It was 42 years ago today that we lost John Lennon in 1980 on this date. He was only 40 years old, and it's hard to believe that he's gone. But his music and legend lives on forever. And Miss You, how are you? And it's really a hard time to get through. Hey, Richard. And I just wanted to give my little tribute to him. Crazy to think he's been dead longer than he's been alive. That's very true, yeah. So I got my John Lennon shirt on today. As you can see, John Lennon Rock and Roll, one of my favorite albums, which I have on vinyl as well. And I just wanted to give him a little tribute today and tell you all what an amazing person he's been in my life. And I'm sure he is to countless other people. And what he stood for as an activist, a singer, and a rock and roller, and just an all around amazing, wonderful person. And he wrote some amazing songs: Strawberry Fields Forever, Imagine, Instant Karma, all those great songs. Hey, George. Hey, Lisa. Hey, Semolina Pitchard. Uh, it's just, it's just he's just an amazing guy. And Sunday, I will be doing a live stream with Dave Imhoprog and Caitlin Stoddard and some other friends. And we will be doing our tribute to John Lennon. I'll be showing some of his albums. We'll be talking about our favorite John moments and stuff like that. Hey, Bill, nice to see you. And it'll be a really fun day. But I will give you a little sneak peek of something that I'm going to be showing on Sunday. Let me grab it here. Oh, that's it. Knock everything over, James. Okay. So here's a little sneak peek of something I'm going to be showing on Sunday. I also have this on vinyl on 2 discs, but this is the full thing because some songs were omitted on the actual album itself, and it's on colored vinyl as well. So this is something I'll be showing Sunday, along with some other John Lennon stuff. Thank you. Yeah. So today is a very sad day, and I'm sure it's hard on Yoko, Sean, and Julian. So my prayers go out to them today, even though I'm not the biggest Yoko fan, but I still think, I feel her pain because she lost her husband, and I was only 11 years old when John died. So I didn't really know who the Beatles were. I kind of knew who Paul McCartney was, but I wasn't really sure that he was from the Beatles. I think I just seen Yellow Submarine, and I didn't know that the Beatles were an actual group at the time. I just thought they were cartoon characters in a movie. But little did I know, but later on, I found out that they were real. I love when John was in genuine awe while introducing Chuck Berry on the Mike Douglas show. Yes, I remember that. Oh, thank you, Miss You. The world changed for me when John died. I grew up that day. Well, I know my cousin Bonnie was crying when we went to their house on the weekend, the weekend after he died, because I know it was a Monday because I looked it up on Google what day it was. And she said, "Oh my God, John Lennon died. Did you hear?" I'm like, "Who's John Lennon?" And so she explained to me about the Beatles, but I didn't really register it till 1985, the summer of '85, when that's when I got into the Beatles. And then I started with the Beatles, and then I went on to uh, Paul McCartney a little bit, and then John. And then when I discovered John, I went deeper with John, and John became my most favorite Beatle of all time. I love what he stood for, and maybe, just maybe, we might have a bed in for peace on Sunday. Who knows? But I'm gonna give you a little song from John that I really like a lot. I once had a girl, oh should I say, she once had me. She showed me her room, isn't it good? Norwegian wood. She asked me to stay and she told me to sit anywhere. So I looked around and I noticed there wasn't a chair. I sat on the rug, biding my time, drinking her wine. We talked until 2, and then she said, it's time for bed. She told me she worked in the morning and started to laugh. I told her I didn't and crawled off to sleep in the bath. And when I awoke, I was alone. This bird had flown. So I lit a fire. Isn't it good? Norwegian wood. There you go. Little John Lennon from Rubber Soul. Hello, Pamela Pumpkin. Nice to see you. And it's nice. Thank you for saying I'm a sweetheart. And you know what? That's my little tribute to John. And I'm really happy that I have him in my life. Sorry, I'm getting a little emotional here, but I'm not gonna cry. I'm not gonna cry. Hi, James. Big Lennon fan here. He was so clever and funny. Miss him a lot. Oh yes, he was. He was quite the 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 prankster, let me say. What I've read about him, what he did in school and stuff. And he was always getting into mischief with his friends and hanging out with the wrong crowd. And his Aunt Mimi wasn't too happy with that. But, John was John. So that's what you do. Uh, Davey, if you're watching, make that music video. Thank you, Pamela. I really appreciate that. What music video are you referring to, George? Now, Scott Dog, could you tell me and Pamela and anybody else in the peanut gallery before I sign off, because my throat's kind of bothering me today. Where were you when you found out John Lennon died in 1980? Let me know in the comments below. But yeah, John was a big part of everybody's life. And he really wanted to be a peace activist, and he tried to say make love not war and all that kind of stuff. And I really think he was quite special. John Lennon, Christopher, was from the Beatles, and then he went on to be a solo artist. And he even sang with Elton John when he did the song "Whatever Gets You Through the Night." And Elton said, if this song goes to number 1, I want you to sing with me at my next concert at Madison Square Garden. And sure enough, he did, because John had not been in a live concert for any amount of time, and it's so long that he was scared. He was nervous, but he did it. Also, David Bowie in Fame. Yep, that's right, George. Yep, he did the song Fame. Googly moogly. I was standing behind him just after saying Mr. Lennon. Really? Take out the trash. Googly moogly, you're not welcome here. If you're gonna talk and diss about John, you're not welcome here. Sorry, you're out. And bye bye. Someone's gonna get rid of you. Yep, but John was a very special man, and I wish I could have known him. But yeah, he had his moments. But I think later, after the Beatles broke up, he, I think he still was close to Paul. I mean, yeah, they fought for a while, but apparently they went out for dinner and stuff. And apparently, I was looking on a Beatles group that I'm in on Facebook last night when I was listening to the Fab Forum on the Beatles channel on Sirius XM. And apparently, Mary McCartney directed a documentary that's going to be premiering next Friday, December 16th, on Disney Plus called If These Walls Could Sing. And it's all about Abbey Road. And they're going to have interviews with Paul McCartney, Elton John, and some other people. So that's going to be very interesting to see all the history of Abbey Road through the years and how it evolved and all the people that went through those doors and recorded their albums and stuff. And so that's going to be quite interesting. I'm really excited to watch that next Friday night. So yeah, that's going to be really cool. Mimi is still alive? No, Mimi passed away years ago. I don't know when she died. Hey, Victor, I will never forget that day. Well, tell me about that day, Victor. What were you doing when you found out the news? I might as well go a bit longer with this. I mean, everybody's interested. It is the day that he died, so it's nice to hear what other fans felt the day he passed away. I think John would have been great embracing the internet and social media. I think he would too, Semolina. I really think he would. He would have been impressed with all the new technology that we have today in this world, and I'm really sure he would have enjoyed it a lot. Okay, let's see what Scott Dog says. I was at my apartment. My girlfriend and I just left for the night. I turned on the radio and a John song was playing. After the song, the DJ referred to him as the late John Lennon. I was in shock. I was only 11 at the time, so I didn't know who John was. Driving to dinner at friend's house. Well, from what I heard from fans last night when they had the call-in session on the Fab Forum last night, they were saying most of them were watching the Monday Night Football with Howard Cosell, and Howard Cosell was telling them about what happened. Hey, Yax. Double Fantasy was the final Lennon album I bought just after he died. Yeah, then I think it was 84, then they released Milk and Honey. Milk and Honey's okay. It's not a bad album, but not as good as Double Fantasy. I mean, because one of my favorite songs is on Double Fantasy, Watching the Wheels. I like that song. And what you were saying, George? I heard the news on Monday Night Football. I was in shock the whole next day. I can imagine a lot of people were. It was Sunday evening here. He died on a Monday. So that doesn't make sense, Victor. That doesn't make any sense. So I just earlier I watched Joe Mail's tribute to John, where he went with Robert S. to the Dakota Building, then to Strawberry Fields in New York. So one day I hope I can go visit there and see what it's all like there. But yeah, so that is my tribute to John Lennon, and stay tuned on Sunday at 1 p.m. Atlantic as Dave and I talk about John, show our favorite John albums and stuff like that. Oh, okay, day ahead. That's true. And we will discuss about John Lennon's life and all that. So, Roger, hello, James. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not. Okay, okay, Richard. Okay, that's cool, Roger. So, don't don't get it. Don't get it at first. Was maybe 7 years old. Wow. Yeah, it's harder when you're younger to understand what death is all about, what it means, and stuff like that. It can be kind of scary and hard to, you know, go through, but when you get older, then you start to understand a bit more about life and things and stuff like that. But yeah, but now I'm going to shut this stream down and I'll see you all on Sunday because my throat's a bit sore and I can't talk anymore. But thank you for being here to um, show your thoughts on John Lennon, who is my favorite Beatle of all time, and I love the other Beatles too, of course. Yes, I remember that, George, and they're trying to get all four of them on Saturday Night Live because I know Lauren Michaels wanted to have them there. All right, well, I will see you all on Sunday, and thank you for being here. And rest in peace, John. We all love you and we miss you so much. And as I say in my channel, Beatles forever. Catch you on the next one. Bye for now.